Tax is intended to support a government agenda.
Yeah.
And a budget, in its essence, is supposed to be a development plan.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a tool. But what we are seeing is that we are being taxed into obscurity, into poverty. We're being impoverished. Hello, viewers, and welcome to this special edition on our podcast Beyond Conditions, where we're looking at the finance bill. The country is burning, and Gen Z have decided to take over the reins of this country by force and with no fear. And today, I am in studio with a Gen Z. And as always, I'm your host, Trish Barasa, and together with...
Joined in by today come in quotes other Gen Z and John Marvin as the co-host.
Yes,
Yeah.
welcome. And we will be looking at the whole issue of the finance bill. We'll be looking at what we are going through, and we'll also just reflect on the health implications of this. But most importantly, the Gen Z have decided the fear is gone. Marvin, what is happening?
What's happening in the country?
Yeah,
Is that
what's
the Gen
happening in the
Z
country? Mumeamua kama
we
mbaya
are
mbaya.
taking it by force,
Eh.
to start, because where we are heading as a country isn't a good place. I think you as a millennial have seen it.
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah, I'm being told it's kinda.
Kinda. We as Gen Zs have decided that enough is enough, and we are going to reject the finance bill. Hashtag reject the finance bill. You guys have been knowing us as the hashtag warriors.
Yes, you've been the hashtag warriors. We've actually been talking about you as the keyboard warriors. You never come out. You're always just on TikTok. We were surprised to see you out here on Tuesday.
I think it's a matter of time. We are gaining the courage,
You're gaining the courage.
and because we have been coerced
and you've
so hard.
And you've come out in such great numbers, and then there is this unity, and it's not tribal. I mean, how did you do this?
It's like when you see you guys are heading in the wrong direction, there's no need for tribalism, which has been a menace on the inside the country for a very long time.
Yeah. Kenya has had to deal with tribalism for a very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you guys just bring yourself together?
It's a matter of change and new generation, of course, because we have not been happy of how the country has been run. The mentality of you guys previously, if this is a Kikuyu, we vote for Kikuyu. This is we vote for this and stuff like that. So it's a matter of, yes, you have voted for a Kikuyu. Kenya as a country, we have only had 2 tribes as the president in power.
Yes, for
Kalenjins
the past years.
and Kikuyus.
All this while since we got independence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not disrespect for what the leaders have done.
Yes,
but
yes.
Look at how the country has been run.
The country is being run down.
Yeah.
And we are watching it. And the millennials and the
Generation
the boomers
X,
and Generation X, yes.
Yeah.
We are
You guys
just
have been watching, because
we
it
are
doesn't
complicit.
matter. Yeah. You guys are still in your cocoon. And
tunaogopa contracts zisichukuliwe.
And we don't care about that, because yes, utapewa contract. We'll be living under the contract. And a matter of time, anything can happen, anything can happen. People are being terminated. Contracts can be terminated, of course.
Yes. Yeah, people lose jobs. And in the current case of Kenya, the rate of unemployment is so high. And you're feeling it the most as the young people.
Yes. Because we haven't yet made it. And they're denying us to go and make it,
You're still chasing the bag.
We're chasing the bag. They're denying us from.
And they want to hold you back.
They want to hold the bag.
They want to hold the bag.
Yeah. And we're chasing the bag. Okay, for instance, I just want you to explain on how the taxation is on a normal mwananchi's salary between 50K.
Yeah. I've looked at a sample. We've had different people put out their analogies and illustrate what this means for, salary scales. And, tax is intended to support our government agenda.
Yeah.
And a budget, in its essence, is supposed to be a development plan.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a tool. But what we are seeing is that we are being taxed into obscurity, into poverty. We're being impoverished.
Yeah. True.
Yes. And when you look at it, and I'll probably quote a quote by Winston Churchill, where he said, taxing a nation into prosperity is like a man sitting in a bucket and trying to lift the handle while he is inside the bucket. It is it's absurd.
Yeah, you cannot.
Yeah, and at the same time
no
tunaona tu rais amepanda ndege,
No.
unaenda wapi?
Office
Unatoka
yake
wapi?
basically has been in the airport. I think 1 week after he was elected, he was in, I don't know, US or somewhere outside the country. And it's something that he has been doing since he was in power.
Since he came into power. Yeah.
Has been in and out of the country. Yeah.
And he seems more accountable to the institutions, international institutions, and those global interests and forces more than he is to us Kenyans.
True, very true. And you have not stated how the taxing has been working, because you as a millionaire, I think you have worked for years and you basically understand of how taxing works.
Yes. So a tax framework is such that it's supposed to bring about equity. It's also supposed to promote service provision. Yes, supposed to push a government's agenda such that the government needs to spend. So the government is spending. So for it to spend, it needs to earn. And so it will introduce taxes to do that. Kenya is a market-based economy, in that it's the market that is running Kenya's economy.
Yeah, true.
But the government comes in to fix market failures. And what are these market failures? Things like monopolies, things like information asymmetry, areas where you can see that there are externalities, environmental issues here and there, and also in the provision of public goods, whether it is health, education. And I'm especially here as a health champion. And Marvin, we are always here talking with you about health issues.
Yeah, true.
And to be honest, we cannot quite see how those taxes are translating into any formidable output or even services for mwananchi. Most of it is like ending up in people's pockets.
Yeah, very true. That's what has been happening.
Yes.
For the past, I don't know, 10 or 20 years. They've just been digging your pocket.
It's 20 for you because you may be 20 years old.
No. Young is gold.
Yes, young is gold. It's true.
Yeah. So, just give us a fair view on the taxation of someone earning maybe 50,000.
Someone earning 50,000
before this government, that is.
Before this government, the pay as you earn would be roughly a third of that, which may have been give and take around 14,000. Yes, not really a third, but somewhere near. Then they would also pay NHIF. Those days, NHIF used to be barely I think it was 320. Sorry, NSSF, then NHIF. And then after that, you would now look into maybe taking home 33,000 or slightly above that. I don't think that is the case anymore.
They're taking now almost half what you're earning.
In fact, maybe less. And remember, most people have commitments on their pay slips. Yeah.
There's rent. So
there's even loans, SACCO deductions.
So for a person not having a loan, just
a clean pay slip.
Yeah, clean pay slip. After taxing that 50,000, you have around 35 or maybe 33.
Yeah.
You have to pay rent. Let's go for the minimum 10,000. You have a 1 bedroom.
Yes, yeah.
Or a bed sitter. That's for maybe a hustling mwananchi.
Yeah, a hustling mwananchi.
Yeah,
Yes,
which the government said this is a hustling nation. We're going to look
yeah. It's a government that was voted on the platform of hustles,
of hustles. Yeah.
hustlers. Yeah,
So that hustlers
salary.
salary, there's rent for 10,000. So we are basically talking of 23,000 after rent. We have transport,
Yeah,
food.
Yeah,
We have maybe other commitments
other
like
needs. Yeah,
chamas,
yeah,
circles. People see not everyone is in circles and
Yes,
chamas,
yeah.
but you also have your parents at home, stuff like that.
Then you have basic social requirements
Yeah.
here and there.
I
You
want
may
to
host a mother. You may travel.
traveling.
Yes, yeah.
So when you cut the cost down to maybe food, which is important, and transport for you to
Another
go to
maybe
work.
10,000. Another maybe 10,000.
Maybe let's say transport, let's say 5,000 transport to and fro. And then we have food, which cannot go less than 2,000.
Yeah.
So it's basically 3,000 and above. We are talking about 23,000. You cut 10,000 of food and transport. What do you have? 13,000. 13,000. We go to maybe chamas and circles. Maybe you go. You have maybe you are in 2 chamas. You pay.
You have not even bought airtime.
Yeah, you're not even bought airtime and Wi-Fi.
You have not paid for electricity and water.
Yes. You give out to chama 2,000.
Your mother hasn't called you to tell you she's
So before electricity and water and other commitments, you have 10,000 still left.
Yeah.
Electricity 2,000, 3,000, 7,000.
There's no
what
way.
will you save?
There's no way such a person can develop.
You cannot develop.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, there's no way such a person can develop.
You'll be like gradually, like slowly. It's either you deny yourself something for you to grow. You cannot do everything according to your pay.
Yeah. That's not a pay that can sustain anyone. And yet, our current budget has been themed sustaining the bottom-up economic transformation agenda.
Yeah.
Is this a sustainable plan, really?
Can't.
The projections are off.
I don't know what criteria they have used to maybe create the finance bill. I don't know which criteria they've used, but
They
I don't
normally
think...
make projections. They look at the entire country and the population, and they look at the services they want to provide. Then they look at the size of government, and how much should be paid, parliament also. And then they make projections. They look at people and they're like, Marvin can be able to do this podcast and creative industry and make this amount of money out of it. And so we can wait for that money as soon as Marvin earns it to get it. Yes.
They're also coming for the creative industry.
Yes, they are coming for the creative
industry. They were coming for it until, is it KFCB or what?
Yeah, the KFCB, yes, yeah.
Came for YouTubers.
Yeah.
Before YouTube is in the country, it already pays the country for it to be there.
Yeah.
Their services to be in Kenya. So I was wondering how they come at now digital creators start taxing them directly.
Yeah, and you know, most of these are projections. Like before you even start that business, government has projected that you're going to do that creative industry.
So I was wondering how they're coming for they're going to tax cameras, for digital creators.
Yes, yeah, phones. Yeah, transactions.
Importation. And I was just going to like a normal life in a mwananchi. When you wake up, you're a working class person, let's say, because those are the people that are being affected mostly. So you're just waking up. You want to go to job. So there's tax on bread, 16%. You have not even gotten outside the house. You're being taxed.
Yeah.
That's bread, milk. You have to buy breakfast, of course.
Yeah.
Being taxed on bread.
Yeah.
Before you get outside the house,
it's almost like the country wants you. This government wants you to operate on a hungry stomach.
So you want to call someone maybe before you get where you're going.
Yes, yeah.
When you buy via M-Pesa, because they wanted to tax
transactions,
from M-Pesa.
yeah.
When you buy, you're already taxed.
You're taxed that money.
Phone call, yeah.
Yeah, the transaction.
Now you're getting outside the house, going to work.
Or maybe they want us to stop using M-Pesa. I mean,
Yeah.
at one point we were embracing technology.
Now-
And now we are saying we are going to tax this technology. So
Yeah.
you're basically wanting to
taking
drive this technology
away.
out.
Going back to the old ways
yeah,
of doing
yeah.
things.
Maybe we should
cash.
put money under our mattresses. What do you
So
think?
now you're heading to work. On foot to the stage, or maybe transport, of course, they're going to tax transport. Before you get on the car, you're going to buy data.
Yes,
Tax.
data. So that you can
You can maybe see what's
because
happening.
this is a digital platform, economy. Yeah.
They've already taxed your airtime.
Yeah.
While you're getting to work via the means of transport, is it maybe personal car,
The
or
fuel.
public transport?
The
Fuel
fuel
is already taxed.
And should you buy a car, that car is taxed.
Taxed.
Now, maybe just a quick one, because I know our time is also running out. And I'm looking at it as in special relation to health. Where does it hurt you most as a young person to look at these punitive taxes from a health perspective? Because the government claims to have healthcare as a priority area for universal health coverage.
I feel for the ladies because the finance bill entails taxation on pads.
Yeah, and especially from for me who knows about and suffers from endometriosis, I use like 6 pads in a day. Yeah, because
so
of
how
the
many
heavy flow.
would you use in a month?
Yeah. That would drive my costs up the roof. Yeah.
So for a person struggling, let's say at least you're well off. For a person in Kibera or somewhere
They cannot afford.
who is having maybe the condition.
Yes. 1 out of 10 women has endometriosis.
And it's becoming a very hot topic and a hot thing in the nation.
Yes, and we're losing people to endometriosis.
Yeah, people,
young people.
According to my thinking and my perspective, I think I've been hearing a lot of people having heavy
endometriosis and heavy flows.
Heavy flows.
Yeah.
And I was thinking it's a normal thing until people started complaining about it. Jambi, the late Jambi Kokai is one of the...
Yes. May her soul rest in peace.
And I think he brought it to the limelight. And now we see a lot of women suffering from endometriosis.
So you can imagine the amount of pads they need.
Yeah, they need.
And you're here to talk about all the other healthcare costs that they need to be looking into. Pads only, they cannot afford.
They can't.
Yeah.
So what about a person in the maybe suffering from maybe cancer?
And yet they cannot even, after getting the taxes, they cannot give us doctors. Then the interns are the young people.
Yeah.
And we can see that doctors had to be on strike for over 50 days, almost 2 months.
Yeah. And the
young
interns
people,
also. Yeah.
The interns are young people. They are Gen Z.
Yeah. So it means that we are heading in a deep hole as a country.
We're going into a deep
and
hole
we
as
as Gen Zs, we're not letting that.
You're not going to, it's not business as usual. Naskia, you're going to take our IDs for our bad choices. You're not going to allow this in 2027.
Because you guys have been giving us work leaders. I can say that boldly.
And you know that every other time that leader is in that big vehicle, is in that plane, they are there courtesy of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of your taxes. Collectively, because of our taxes.
And one of the weapons that we have to kick out this government and this kind of leaders is having a voter's card.
Yes, election is one of the ways, just as is revolutions and many other things. And I would like to quote David Ndi's header. He has it to date. There was a time back he was disgruntled by the government in power then. And he brought in the issue of government being a social contract. And that this is a contract we get in between the governed and the ones who are governed us and the ones who are governing us, the governors. And so that contract requires that this power, we have given it to you, that you exercise this power
according to the will of the people.
According to the will of the people. And if that is not happening, election is not just one of the avenues. You can actually revolt a government
Revolution.
out of power.
Yeah.
Yes. And even David Ndi, the economic advisor of the president, Even to date, his header states that Kenya is a cruel marriage. It's about time
We
we
divorce.
talked divorce.
Yeah.
So, viewers, there are different issues and they touch on different aspects of our lives, from the quality of lives, which have become so low, the high cost of living. Poor health care, lack of decent housing. We've seen people being driven out of houses because of floods.
Disaster management.
Yes, and the Gen Zs are saying no. We millennials have been complicit to all this and we've kept quiet. And we've all along thought that it is just a keyboard game and a hashtag issue. But the Gen Zs are coming out and telling us it is about time.
It's about to get down.
Yes, it's about to get down. And we've discussed it from a health perspective. We're saying reject the finance bill 2024
Hashtag.
in totality. Hashtag.
You guys put the hashtag and get to the ground.
Yes, and we are cheering on the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you better join us.
Yes, and
Better
the
join
Beyond
us.
Condition Forums, on behalf of everyone who is journeying with chronic conditions, is saying that we need better healthcare, and we are grateful to the Gen Zs for championing our needs. Yeah, so thank you, viewers, and see you again next time, where we'll continue to talk about and discuss issues that ail us as we journey with chronic conditions. And I've been your host, Trish Barasa.
Joining by the Gen Z.
Gen Z, Marvin. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Marvin, and thank you, viewers. And remember to subscribe to our content, like and share, so that we can continue giving you more.
And reject the finance bill.
Reject, hashtag reject the finance bill 2024. It's giving.
See you when you see us.
See you.